Welcome back to Weiss Schwarz Wednesdays. We're getting started here with that's Eurocamp. That's not what that deck. That's not Gucci. It's Eurocamp versus Nikkei. We're going camping. That's right. That's right, lads. We're going camping. Wahoo! The camera is a little. It's having a little fun one. Or I'm gonna try to make it clear. It's also really, I don't know what Sparkfire's cards are up to, but they're very shiny, so it's difficult at best to see it. So that's, yeah, that's great. Did it fix the, no, it did not fix the focus. Okay. We're live. We're having a great time. Isn't it a great time? We're playing Weiss Schwarz. Where is configure video? Focus. Do not auto that, please. All right. Okay, we can see the cards. Woohoo! Yippee! It's gonna be a long night for Eurocamp, where we've broken out the tents and we've eaten some early game damage plus out like what, 2 climaxes? Okay. That's not the right climax in hand. We're actually looking for the bar that he clocked. So there's gonna be a plan around that. Damage going all the way around. Triggers. That's the Brainstormer, which does say on the board, if you trigger a climax or the Brainstormer, check the top 2, rearrange as you like. He's able to do a little cheating here and there. Very good card. And deciding whether or not to stick it to him, force him to have a clocking effect or not. Think it's going to just swing. It's just going to be a swing and a hit to damage. Door by Nikkei going straight to level 1. All right. So all players tonight should be a 4-round kind of night. And to start it all off, we've got camping and gun girls. It's not Gun Gale Online, but it's, you know, some gacha game, some business, something, really good pull rates, really revealing clothing, guns, girls, etc., etc. Anyways, for the deck, let's go see if we can get the door level 1 combo. It's Modernia. There she is. We've got it on 2. Do we want to mill? The answer is going to be no. Check top 2 after that. See what we can see. I see an Alice in there. That'll be fun. Neat little soul trigger for the road. See if we can swing out, deal some damage. See if we can force Eurocamp out of the tent as it is. Now, you know, speaking of that, we're not actually camping. We are, but we are. We are, but we aren't. This Eurocamp build is playing, believe, a bar door. So we're not really playing like the bar pants configuration. That's kind of playing around the actual tent mechanic of markers and like marker compression and like, you know, hand compression and whatnot and blocking. And no, we're going to get to the end game where our restander Musashi kills them with 3 base soul. All right, that's that's the idea. On the other side, you know, kind of the best do-nothing deck there is in Weiss right now. It's Door by Nikkei for 2 soul triggers on its top, actually. Really reducing the damage push loss of standby. Or, no, I guess got rid of the Alice that was there, I suppose. It's actually going to be a door trigger. I'm going to grab and discard later. So we have some trigger checking here on the last one with that level 0. Debating. Trigger the sin. We sure do. That's souls. And that's a 2-1-2 for a nice clean 5. Keep the game going. You don't want to... you definitely want to be careful with, you know, not being able to push as much damage with standby. That's, you know, it's kind of part of the good part of Nikkei door standby is, number 1, being able to play the door combo in the first place. You know, kind of getting an early game plan with damage push, but also the level 0 that he added to his hand kind of lets him Kind of lets him be pretty loosey-goosey with trigger checking. When you play a climax, it'll bounce back in the hand, give a character on attack, check 1, check 2, pick a card that you'd like to trigger, put the other one in the waiting room. Really, one of the glue cards that kind of holds it all together. 2 hits on the Brainstorm here. Sparkfire is really trying to consider exactly how we want to get through this deck, I would think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out, I think. Either like how to get through the deck or how we want to get through the deck. Climax swap, guaranteed. Here we go. Because the bar combo, as far as I recalled, only really goes through like 3 cards total, attacks, mills a card, blind stocks a card. It might even be just like reveal and add and blind stock. I think big if true. So it's not like it'll do a lot of like milling on its own. And you're also kind of like at the whims of the blind stock as it is. So taking a moment to consider their 3rd attacking character wisely. It's a card! I don't have all of your camp memorized. I'm sorry. I don't go camping. All right. It's a card. Yippee. Here we go. On attack. Oh, alarm effect. We can do some trigger checking. Good times. Trigger for 3. Try to stick some damage. We see the climax is out. And it's a perfect block on 3. Sometimes lucky. Some more trigger checking. 2. Oh, it's the alarm card. Yeah. So the card at the top of Sparkfire's clock, I think, just lets all of his characters trigger check. Which actually is immensely nice. Allowing, it allows the 1 combo to basically not blind stock. Effectively, is going to now trigger the door. Knows that the next, I guess, the quote-unquote blind stock is clean. And then... Oh, and you can even trigger the... Yeah. So on the trigger of the climax, you can also shift with the Brainstormer as well. Blind stock, check top, 1 or lower. Keep on, keeping on. I think that's 6 out. I'm pretty sure we saw the rest of the blind stocks be pretty clean on average. I think that's... believe that's some kind of card filter. Getting out into the hand there. I think the deck is kind of small. Not sure what our odds here are of the double block for Sparkfire, but Cowboy Sun on the other side's taking enough damage. Hit level 2. Kind of can get into stride, really. You know, get the Sin down, get the Modernia down, get Biscuit down, you know. These powerful 3/2s that allow your quote-unquote do-nothing deck to do something, actually. If I had to guess, you know, if there's a standby hitting the board, we can probably expect like a Sin to hit the back row. You know, if not, you know, maybe there's a world where we can... actually, there isn't. There's 4 standbys in the waiting room. If a climax is hitting the board, it's probably a door. So, yeah. All right. Do you want a climax swap here? Maybe. You're not super behind in damage. So it's like, maybe you do. Proc the Brainstorm first. Let's mill with Jackal. Hits 1, search 1. If there's not climaxes in the hand, then that might be a little perilous there. Search 1? Search 1? Salvage, right? Or search, right? Not salvage? Is that what Jackal says? It's on my phone. Jackal says search or salvage. I don't actually know. Hold on. I don't know if I can interrupt it in time anyways, but that's a search. Oh, well, okay. Well. Ian, God damn it. Ian, did you search or salvage on that? Oh no! All right. It's a search. All right, we figured it out. Cool. All good in the neighborhood. See, I got roasted last week for not interrupting cheating in progress. So, you know, this time I went out to go check it. All right. Wait. Another draw ditch. Let's see what we can see. Gets rid of the Modernia. Maybe there's no doors in hand. Climax swap, I think. No, freeze and helmet. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 climaxes in waiting room. Another jackal. Okay. Perhaps trying to get a waiting room for kind of like targets. If I had to guess. Let's see if we can get a good waiting room here for Cowboy-san. We're really, especially now with the standbys going back into the deck, we're trying to get good standby targets. It's really kind of where our pedal hits the floor in a sense. Again, the do somethings of the do nothing deck are at level 3 for the most part, so everything else is just kind of like keeping the deck state clean and keeping the wheels turning as it is. 3, 4, 5. Modernia? Nope. I think it's some kind of power card. Gonna add another Jackal to the hand. Could be just like a better card to swing with here. Right then. One standby gone. Play over. It's probably the Jackal we just got. Nope. Modernia with the door. Oh, okay. I'm curious. Yeah, maybe just needed to keep the Jackals in hand to kind of be able to play around with. Well, we get one instance of checking. And we're going to spend it on one. Do we get the stock? What do we want to do here? Real hard thoughts. Gets rid of the helmet. Puts the Alice on top. Then salvages. What did he salvage? I didn't see what he salvaged, unfortunately. That's going to be the helmet on this one. Trigger for 3. Takes. Unlucky. Or no, that was the first take of the turn. Okay. Yeah, we get one of the 2 blocks. Not bad. If we get a double block, Sparkfire's kind of him for a moment. Wow. Nice. Okay. Buy some time here. Climax swap frozen in the back row. Can't use as a chump attacker as it is. Just counting the climaxes. Pretty sure it's all 8 out now. Kind of got to figure out what we're gonna do with this turn. Climax swap stuck in the back. Climax 2 cards down in the stock. Bit annoying to try and figure out how to get everything nice and clean. But I think it's just gonna be we're gonna accept Climax in the stock, 7 back. Figure out what we want to do with our turn after that. Cowboy-san sitting at a pretty okay spot. It's kind of like the tipping point kind of spot. You know, if we get extremely unlucky, take 6 in a row, go straight to 3, it's cooked. It's cooked. It's cooked. If we block once, like stay at 2-5, Alice to 2-3, the early play heals, stabilize a little bit, you know, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. So we're like Cowboy-san, really we just need one block, and we're cool. All good. No worries. Doing a little bit of a power discussion here, I suppose. Sparkfire figuring out how much board contesting we can be doing right now. No plussing coming in from this turn except for climaxes, and even then, only be bars right now. Unless he pays down a stock, gets a waiting room opened. And kind of the tricky thing here for the Eurocamp player is that we don't have that much going on in terms of our end game. No copies of the Nadeshiko? Yeah, Nadeshiko in hand. Or that is a Nadeshiko, but that's not the Nadeshiko. It's actually a Rico. But we do have a guaranteed hit on the Brainstorm. Starting off with an early play heal. Yeah, heal the stock. Okay. Right then. Pays out the door. It's available now. Do you want to trigger this bar? Maybe. Yeah, he wants to trigger the bar. Trigger. Line stock. Then check 2. There's another bar there. What do we want with that? Careful now. Do we want the guaranteed clean stock? Or do we just want to shove the blind stock further down? It's going to be 2 damage. He's doing the math. We're bigger. Alright. No worries. 1. Discard. Draw. Trigger the bar. We're figuring out that we meant to swing with a different character. Alright. Trigger the bar. Hopefully didn't blind stock another climax. Figuring out our next trigger here. Not sure what that was, but would really be good if Sparkfire does not trigger another climax, and that both those blinds were not climaxes. Does get to trigger the Brainstormer though. Get some final trigger checking for the road. 1 block for Cowboy Son. You're in the good spot now. That's where you want to be at. As long as we can get the Alice to board. Ooh, Clock. Clock the Jackal? The Brainstorm? Real? Okay. See, I can't see the hand. I'm not sure how bad the hand scenario is, but maybe it's pretty rough. Not sure. Oh, that's a door. Are we discarding that, buddy? Discards the door with Modernia in play. Okay. That's another copy of the Brainstormer here. See if this hits. You do have all the standby targets you could want now. That's at least a copy of Sin, a copy of Biscuit, and a copy of Modernia. Early play heal. There's the Alice. Heal a hand. Discussing, I don't know, power conditions maybe? Send it down the lane. Do we have the standby for the Sin to hit the board? Oh, it's the door. Okay. Instead, what we have is card plussing. Alright. Stick some damage, maybe. If Sparkfire, like, really blocks down here, it could get problematic. This take is good. For Cowboy Son, to specify. It's okay for Sparkfire. You like, if you double block here after that, you're in a good spot. You're in the good spot. Then you can really, like, build up the resources, sculpt the Nadeshikos for, like, a turn, and, like, really figure it all out. Because if you go up early, even though Cowboy Sign has triggered a good amount here, it's kind of rough to, like, it's kind of rough with Sparkfire's hand, I think, unless, like, there's a lot of filtering, like guaranteed filtering that I'm missing out on, and even so, you know, pretty sure that that door finisher is not, like, cheap. I think it's like a pay 3 ditch 1 restand, so. Could get kind of difficult. There's the Sin hitting the board. That's 3 damage. We have counterplay? He's reading counter. I see the icon. Decides to play it. Refresh counter. Anti-early. Anti-early. Okay. Block this 3. You're okay. Level 3. Welcome. And that's a rough gamble to try to take, because now you've lost the resource, you've lost 3 stock, and like trying to reach from here becomes a little bit precarious. I mean, the math is easier with like some of the restanding shenanigans, but like you know, there's no Nadeshikos in hand. I don't think. Hits 1 on the Brainstorm. Gets one. Okay. Here's one copy of the finisher. Again, this is base 3 Soul, Musashi, and Restand. So if any of its packets gets canceled, then Sparkfire gets to mill the top, burn the opponent for the level of the card revealed, +1. Has double. Is there enough stock here for this play? Is it not pay 3, ditch 1 for the restand? Wait, does that math shake it? Does not. I guess one of them's just a Musashi with 4 soul anyways, so like, whatever. Here we go. Here's 4. That blocks. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, you kind of want that to be on the Musashi, but also, oh, that's gonna happen anyways. All right, burn 4. Please take it. You're out of climaxes. All right. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out. Yep. Is that pay 3, ditch 1? Going to take the climax trigger because they'll let him fix the trigger for the last attacker, as well as any potential Musashi shenanigans. 4 here takes. Here's the last swing. 3 damage. Is it pay 2, ditch 1? Am I missing something? This has to be the last swing, right? And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Musashi for 1. Is that enough? 5? Penalty to 6? Oh, it's enough. And he's dead. Dead on the spot. Wow. Wow. Dang, that's rough. Was there enough stock for Sin? I don't know. I don't think so. Because in that, maybe you sin the Brainstormer. But, I mean, you can't know. I don't think you can know that he doesn't have finishers in his hand. Ah, that's a rough one. Well, that's going to be round 1 here at the Card Haven for Weiss Schwarz Wednesdays. Your root camp. The girls are camping. And that's going to be that. We'll be right back with round 2. Just about 8 minutes.